Hey, it's Milton Daily Homes, Chuck here, and I don't know if my cats rolled around in pollen and dust and then sat on my head when I was sleeping, but I'm having a bit of an allergy thing. But I thought, man, I can't delay the video. Gotta get it out to you. Video shifts no matter what. So let's get right to it. We've got I think 10 properties today, 8, something like that. So the first one is 235 Bronte number 71, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one because it actually sold in like 24 hours. It just boom, it just hit, and you can see why. So it's a condo townhouse. It's a 3-story, and they basically renovated the whole thing. And at 242.9, that's a good deal. But I wanted to just show you that so you could get a gauge for if something else similar lists how quickly it's going to go. So you've got the photos here. You've got the stainless steel. They've renovated the kitchen, kind of a creamy countertop. I don't know if it's the best choice that I would have. Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyhow, it's a big kitchen, and they've definitely done some work in here too. So nice carpets, painted. It's not a magic formula by any means. It's actually quite easy to do something like this, but it's just the effort was made and they got rewarded. I probably would have listed it a bit higher, but anyhow, it sold pretty fast. So what happens is there's something called sold conditional, where there's, with a condo, they're going to look into the status certificate, the financing, perhaps a home inspection, and they're going to go from there and decide if they're going to buy it or not. So it's in that limbo land in between. Most of them do end up selling. Okay, so 81 Millside, penthouse 3, it's at 299. This is the Chuck pick of the day for me because it's a 3-bedroom condo, which is very rare. It's in the penthouse and it's renovated, so it's awesome, really, really good. And generally, it's a little bit cheaper than buying some of even the 2 bedrooms in Centennial Forest and all the rest of it. Okay, so in the kitchen, we've got some great granite countertops. You've got some nice white cabinets here, backsplash appliances, hardwood floors, like Brazilian cherry kind of stuff. They really did a good job here. Upgraded light fixtures. The whole place is just really put together well. And they're looking for a July 2011 possession, and that's good because if you're moving to this style of home, you probably need some time to sell yours too. It's the kind of place that I would guess maybe an older, perhaps getting close to retirement couple would really dig. Now you can see the beer store, and you can also see that it's facing southeast, and somewhere that's probably the CN Tower right there. I really, really like this one, and the maintenance fees are $547.80, and they include everything, including cable TV, so that's all in there too. It's the full package. Nothing wrong with that at all. Now Houston is at 334.9, and it's a semi-detached 3-bedroom, 2 washrooms, which means there's the powder room and there's 1 full bathroom upstairs. So there's a battle between this one and the next one. I'll show you that one in a sec. But all brick on the outside, and you've got your kitchen with an eat-in area, and then you've got this sort of like you've got basically one area that's a combined living, family, whatever you want to call it. So you don't really have a dining room in this home. And 3 bedrooms upstairs, and again, just the 1 full bathroom, and a good 100-foot lot. Houston has a lot of detached homes on it, detached homes behind. So overall, the impression is quite good. So March is the possession date. I was looking at the listings in Milton yesterday. There's absolutely nothing for sale less than 325, and the one at 325 is actually horribly overpriced. So really, entry level is getting into the 330 range. So for that reason, I think these guys are going to do just fine. Now Sherwood is further. It's actually just south of Main Street, and so you've got a 3-bedroom, 2 washroom. Very similar style, but a bit of a different layout in the main floor. So now you've got this hallway that walks through the middle, and it's very, very difficult to place your furniture because you've got this area you've got to consider as a walkway. So what do? Like on this side, they've done a piano, they've done a bit of a sitting area, and then there's a small family room here. It's nice that they cut the wall out here to make it more open concept. But it's a very, very tricky layout. So there's the 2 sides there. There's the kitchen with the eat-in. And the eat-in walks out to the backyard, and it's a 100-foot lot, same as the previous one on Houston. So we're a little bit further north on this one here. Good-sized piece of land, though, 25 by 100. Very nice. So these guys are competing very strongly. I think the Houston one, you're actually getting less floor space in it, but I think it's a more functional layout than having that hallway go right through the middle of the house. Now, Mowat is the next one, and it's the first week of January, and we have a front back house. So sound the alarm. We have a front back house. So let me show you what that means. This was listed previously, if I remember correctly. It's a 4-bedroom. It's 1,900 square feet. And so you've got the kitchen here right in the center, and then it sort of branches off on both sides. Nice floors here too. There's the dining room, and there's 2 front doors in this house. I'll show you what I mean. Not the best pictures. I don't know if the presentation is really going to wow someone. Where these properties win are they're actually the most square footage you can usually buy for the price range. So 1,900 square foot semi. Most of them are sort of 380s and in that sort of range. So this is at 375. Now my main issue with it, okay, so I'll take you through. So let's call this the front, okay, or you can call it the back, call it whatever you want. One side of the house, so that's the house right there. And so you can see that people end up sort of using sometimes this as a backyard. So there's this little fenced in area right there. The other issue I have with this street is most of the time you've got homes, backyards, and then backyards and homes. So these ones just have backyards, and I find that it really clutters the street up. I find there's a lot of stuff going on when you drive down the street here, Mowat Lane. So anyhow, so that's one side. So you look at the front of this house, and brickwork, everything is fine. That's the back of the house. So you can see there's another door there. There's a door on the other side, door on this side, and it's very, very interesting to me. So when you zoom out, what you really have is a backyard, and they don't have a fence here. These guys have a fence, but you've got 4 lanes of road, and you got this little motorcycle guy zipping. You got big 18-wheel trucks, all that stuff. So it's a tough one. It's one that I've never had a client buy one because I really tried to dissuade them from going into these, but. If you need the size, this is the size is really some of the best you can get for the money. And that's why, because the location is probably not your first choice. So anyways, without beating a dead horse, that's what that one's about. So 237 Boothfield is at 385, and it's in the Dorset Park area. So it's a 55 by 120 foot lot. They've got 2 kitchens with a finished walkout basement. So there's a lot of value here. When you look at this, there's a lot of strong points. Now the feedback is I haven't seen it in person. I know a friend who's seen it, and excuse me, and they say that it needs some work inside, and it's really hard to tell from the photos. It actually looks really good from the pictures. There's the kitchenette downstairs, and you can see that the lot is really nice. Lots of trees close by. Boothfield's a good street, and it's a gas system. There's some homes on Boothfield that are still on an electric baseboard type of heating. So overall, I like the way it looks on paper. I have heard that there's definitely work required in it. So go have a look if it's interesting to you. Now, Duncan Lane, I talked yesterday about how Google Maps can be wrong, and Duncan Lane is a great example. So when you type in 584 Duncan Lane, you're going to see that Google Maps puts you right here, which probably isn't that desirable. You're a little bit closer to the train tracks. You're closer to Derry Road, and nobody refers to Derry as Regional Road 7. I don't know why they have it on Google Maps, but anyway, so it's right there. But the truth is that 584 Duncan Lane is on the east side of the street, and it's around the bend. So it's actually in one of the best spots on Duncan Lane that you can be. And it's a townhouse. It looks very much like a semi-detached. There's good space in between these homes, and it's 2,100 square feet, which I think is really, really good. No hardwood, but the kitchen's huge, and there's a lot of space in this one here too. 4 big bedrooms upstairs. You definitely feel that this one's a nice size when you're in it. So I like this one. I think that it actually occupies a pretty good place. No air conditioning. Now, normally what I say is multiply the square footage by 1, and that's what it costs for air conditioning. So 2,100 square feet, budget $2,100 for your air conditioning. So it's you don't have to do it probably till the summer, but the 9-foot ceilings on this one too are awesome. So really, really good. Giddings Crescent is at 399.9, so we get a couple detached ones now. And now it says detached, but what I'd be concerned about, what I'd want to ask is it a link home? Does it share a foundation wall? Because that can potentially in the future have an effect on the value of the house, especially when markets slow down and there's really, and buyers start to get a lot of picks and selection. You wouldn't want it classified as a detached when it's really not. So you definitely want to look into that. I know this builder has done some linked homes before. So they've done some pot lights here too. It would be nice if they upgraded these lights to really give it that final impression. Backsplash in the kitchen. There's the front room there too. I don't know if the backsplash thrills me, but anyways, you've got hardwood stairs, so you can do the hardwood on the main level, and you've got 2 full bathrooms upstairs and a standard size lot, 30 by 88.5. No air conditioning on this one here too. It's not a huge home, but it's not a bad size. I would guess it probably 1,600 square feet, something like that. I think it's okay. Detached in that price range definitely attract attention. 409 for this one here on Mockridge. I don't even know where Mockridge is. I can't even pull it up on my system, which is much more advanced than Google Maps. So anyhow, who knows where it is? I hope they put directions in the listing. But it's over 1,500 square feet. It's a spirit home. Family room on the second floor in addition to 3 bedrooms. And then you've got the great room, kitchen, and dining there on the main. So quartz counter, quartz backsplash. Doesn't really say much else besides there. I know it's off of Diamont, which is south of Derry and likely west of Scott. Excuse me. Giddings Crescent is the next one at 439.8. It's actually our last listing. And this one potentially could be a linked home too. If you look, it's pretty close to the neighbor here too. You can see the roof lines. A little bit bigger than some of these other ones. I would guess it's probably getting closer to 2,100, I think it is. Yep, 2,100 square feet. March 15th possession is what they're looking for. And inside you've got the lighter color hardwood, the honey colored floors, living dining there. Then you have the family room with a pass-through window. And this sort of seems a little bit closed off to me. They've used the family as the dining room. There's the kitchen. One thing I do like with this one, I think the kitchen would probably look a little bit bigger in person, but I like how instead of a flat surface here, they've actually done kitchen cupboard fronts and trust me, it looks really good in person. It makes a huge difference compared to some of the other ones that you see, like some of the Madme ones. So this builder does this. Upstairs you get the 4 bedrooms. Looks like a double sink there in the ensuite, and a lot of stuff here. I mean, that room is not going to show well because there's so much stuff in it. But anyways, that's the home, detached, bigger, and probably for the square footage and for a detached home, I feel like the price is pretty good. So that's our list for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, my allergies will be gone with another great episode of Milton Daily Homes. Bye for now.